For a second I thought I was about to watch wrestling, which I would greatly prefer. Also, the filmmakers back in 2002 thought it would be a good idea to name their movie after the commonly known symbol for hardcore sex, or when your team runs out of guesses in Family Feud, removing your disguise at the scene of the crime. See? Should've left it on. They could drive down this alley rather than running, right? This guy was able to walk into the secret Rammstein concert without paying or giving their secret password.
Я тебе говорю, нет, что ты про него знаешь?
Зараза.
You f***ing do? How? Isn't there a point where you just lose a guy in the middle of a concert? Even if this is the brightest lit venue I've ever seen for a metal concert in my life, I'd lose most assholes I'm chasing. Fake James Bond's corpse isn't literally getting blood on the hands of the crowd. This whooshing deep down and into a new location seems a lot less badass when you think of it as the wind's POV. Budget cuts at the NSA mean they can't fix the elevator doors to slide all the way into the walls.
Anarchy 99.
Oh, is that related to the Ray Liotta, Kiefer Sutherland doctor movie called Article 99? I'm pretty sure this gang's name is equally forgettable.
The best and brightest at the bottom of the barrel.
They're the scum of the earth.
And they're programmable, expendable, and they work.
I guess the movie XXX was sort of the Suicide Squad before Suicide Squad. Also, isn't this the first time they're trying this? How the f*** could he know that they work? In case you confused it with Sacramento, Minnesota. That anyone who owns a car like that would ever put a bumper sticker on it. Also, this comically large bumper sticker this guy put on his expensive sports car tells you everything you need to know about his character. Oops, no wait, it's the license plate. Vote for Dick. No wait, it's the gold-digging girlfriend.
Where were you coming from, Tijuana?
No wait, it's the impatient-coded racism.
I don't want the paint to fade.
Jesus, if he is that worried about the paint, then why the f*** is there a giant bumper sticker on the back? Director Rob Cohen and actor Vin Diesel got some Fast and Furious in their XXX.
It belongs to Dick Hotchkiss, a California state senator. He's the guy that tried to ban rap music because he feels that the lyrics promote violence.
And I've stolen his car, which I'm going to jump off a bridge because I feel like I'll be able to change his voting habits somehow, even though the insurance and the fact that he's a wealthy state senator will easily replace this car.
He's also the guy that wants to pull every video game off every shelf in the country.
He's gonna have a hard time doing that considering he's only a state senator. Also, the main character of this movie is such a hardcore pandering asshole. I like rap music and skateboards and video games, and I will fight for you, white males aged 13 to 24 watching this movie. Is the footage we're seeing the footage these cameras are actually shooting? Or is this what it was like to watch videos like this on the internet back in 2002?
Dick, you're a bad man. You know what we do to bad men?
Elect them?
Dick, you've just entered the Xander zone.
That's also what Xander tells himself before he masturbates. These cops formed a roadblock at the end of the bridge, but decided a ramp in the middle of the road could just stay there, because there's no way that'll be used for anything. After 30 seconds of admittedly slow motion falling, this car is only halfway down. I think you guys are abusing your slow motion privileges.
Moral is, don't be a dick, Dick!
Haha, his name is Dick, and he's a dick, haha! Xander's XXX tattoo is not on his neck. Hopefully he didn't leave it in the car. I think the rule for movies is if you ride motorcycles and you're sort of a lone wolf character, it is required your apartment has one of these elevators with the sliding cages on them. He and Ghost Rider are roomies, I think. For this scene, I'm just going to add a sin for every single time somebody says something they think is cool lingo. And go!
Today was off the hook! Off the chain, man!
Word.
Also, for a dude that doesn't like dicks, Xander sure hangs out with a lot of them.
You know, an athlete like you should really have his own video game.
Video game companies are so high on licensing wanted men these days. I mean, who could forget that classic Banksy game that was all the rage? Or the one they made for Bernie Madoff called Ponzi Crush.
Look, I just need you to lay low till the heat's off, okay? I got an underground website to run.
Eve's character and her haircut inspire a young Julian Assange? I guess we'll never know.
I'm untouchable.
Ironic retort in 3, 2... right on time. Vin Diesel is known for his action films, deep voice, ripped body, and Dungeons & Dragons fandom. But what he should be known for is his beautiful eyelashes. In this scenario they dreamed up for Xander, the waitress knew there was a robbery before the two guys even pulled their guns out to rob the place. And of course, as we're about to find out, this scenario is way too easy to sniff out. It's like they got this movie screenwriter to plan the fake robbery.
I was a bit groggy before, and then I started noticing things.
I hate to admit it, but as Xander goes through all the mistakes these people made in coming up with a realistic scenario, it's clear he'd be amazing at CinemaSins.
Reading the Financial Times on a Sunday morning when the market's closed.
Hey wait, I thought Eve said he's not a sellout, but only a sellout would know that. See, I can be observant too.
And no offense, but their performances were terrible.
That's good. That's very good.
As opposed to these performances, which are excellent, this movie is determined to get its $100 worth out of a fake tattoo.
You guys haven't been to any diners lately, huh?
Diner finalists.
Wait, everybody on this plane did the diner test? Did they all beat up the fake robbers? Because that is a ton of abuse for those actors to go through to play out a stupid scenario like that. Or did several actors take turns playing the robbers and the government just happens to have like 20 expendable people on their payroll who can get beat up in a fantasy robbery?
I live for this.
Getting kidnapped by the government?
Holy sh**. This is Colombia. cocaine, man.
So you hear people speaking Spanish and you see cocaine, so must be Colombia.
Guess I failed this test.
I would like to know why the government decided to throw these guys into the real world of drug cartels without giving them one detail and hoping that would work. I think Xander just set the record in 13 minutes of screen time for getting knocked the f*** out. It wouldn't be a Vin Diesel movie if he weren't forced to be shackled and hanging from something. Also, why are the two guys who ran sitting in relative comfort while XXX has to hang from the rafters?
Boy, they went all out on this one, huh?
Does Xander really think this is still a test? I might have to give this movie credit for inspiring Tropic Thunder. Are they laughing because they think it's actually Danny Trejo?
Hey, just 2 seconds ago you told us to talk. Now it's shut up? I don't mean to nitpick, but you're the worst at this torture thing.
Holy I just realized that CinemaSins is Xander Cage, and for that, I'm sorry. I think? Nah.
This actually smells like real blood.
Good God, this movie set up Xander to be smarter than the average asshole, and he's only now beginning to realize this might be real. I think this is why you'd never tie someone up like this, with their legs still mobile. I'll never understand movie torturers.
To hell with this.
You mean there was a large bag of cocaine just lying around in the torture barn? Of course, the only viable vehicle Xander finds is the one that fits his lifestyle. Xander lucks out with the Colombian Army's shoot-around-the-target philosophy. Even though his motorcycle is clearly leveling out right here, the wide shot disagrees with all the previous physics and decides, you know what, he shot 100 feet into the air, not just 30. What? And despite having to maneuver his way around barbed wire and he sticks the landing. Apparently there's nothing you can't do when you're on a motorcycle. The next thing we'll see is him flying up to the army helicopter and somehow attaching a bomb like he did in Furious 7. After avoiding this helicopter by weaving around the entire compound, apparently there is just no other option than to jump over this barn as it gets bombed. Looks like the flames are touching and possibly engulfing him here, but he'll manage to leave this unscathed. And now Xander will slide into the most convenient pipe ever created, perfectly located for a jump over an exploding barn and big enough to fit him and his motorcycle so he can hide.
You know the Colombian army is moving in.
Excuse me?
It was my idea to send you in as a decoy. They like the idea.
As a decoy for what? What exactly did putting Xander and the other two dudes in danger accomplish that wouldn't have happened anyway? Decoy suggests they needed him to do this in order to attract attention, but the Colombian army was already moving in, so what was accomplished other than the excuse of having a rad action scene?
The job's not that difficult.
It's not? Why all the agent deaths then?
Maybe you ought to call yourself XXX.
Have we rolled credits yet? We haven't? I saw Xander's neck tattoo so many times I just assumed we had. In case you confused it for Prague, Mozambique. Also, I guess even the anti-James Bond movie has to find a way to get its hero in Prague somehow. It's where all the secret agent goes down. I'm sorry, did I miss the part in film studies that explains why the Dutch angle makes a terrible movie better? I think this movie is made with 56% Dutch angles, but it's hard to believe anyone thought they were making art with this movie.
I will warn you once. Don't my lawn.
I guess this expression loses something in the Czech to English translation. It probably sounds really badass and not stupid in Czech.
2, I've never been under anyone's jurisdiction.
Samuel L. Jackson just blackmailed you with the threat of prison time, so I'm going to have to disagree.
Hey guys, I'm American. You see Yorgi. Yorgi! I heard you were the guy that talked about cars.
How in the world is barging in going to get this guy's respect? Or work? I guess this whole movie's theme is, if you're totally unconventional and don't even think about it, you'll succeed in this world.
When he was paying for his drinks, he was flashing his badge to half the bar.
The bad guy never thinks to himself, damn, this guy traveled a great distance just to see me, and he lucks out by finding a cop flashing his badge at a bar known for being run by criminals. And we've had to kill a string of secret agents lately because of my operation. Oh well, I'll make a deal with this guy and trust him. Why not? I missed this movie back in 2002 and all the years after that, but I'm going to go ahead and predict that Asia Argento is an undercover agent, and that her dad is the director of Suspiria.
Ferraris, high-end pasta rockets.
Is that a slur? That feels like a slur.
Now that business is finished, we party.
Bitches come!
Bitches? Are there a gaggle of bitches just waiting to be sent up to this room? I don't remember Xander passing by any bitches when he barged in here. If there are bitches on the main floor, they couldn't have heard this guy in a loud club from up here. I'm just shocked they have party bitches ready to go at a moment's notice is all.
You were given a specific list of cars to go after. Who told you to alter that list?
The cars on that list sucked. They would have seen right through it.
Is there anybody in this government outfit that knows how to sell an undercover story?
How the hell did you get all this?
Kolya, Yorgi's younger brother, happens to be an action sports fanatic. But when you kill a bottle of vodka and 3 swigs and you're gonna talk too much.
So this guy told you everything about all the guys in the operation, and you just sat there and entered it into a laptop or wrote it in a notebook or memorized it for later? I imagine the scene was in the script, but you guys decided not to film it because of how unbelievable it is.
This one made my career.
So the thinking for this character was XXX needs a Q, but he needs to be as annoying as possible.
Every little boy's dream, the penetrator mode.
You know, for those peeping Tom James Bonds out there. Also, is her skeleton getting him excited? I am unsure of the sturdiness of old factory windows in Prague, but this seems excessive, even by Buster Keaton standards. So, from the perspective of these Czech criminals, xXx is now a Robin Hood-style car thief with a profitable series of underground extreme sports films who also murders police officers. Even though everybody suspected Xander of being a secret agent and several known agents have died trying to stop this gang, nobody checks to see if this cop is really dead.
Why do you do that to yourself? That cigarette's gonna kill you one day.
Setting up an ironic death for the henchman.
If I could, I'd smoke in my sleep. I will still do it after it kills me.
Yeah, well, you're dead, so why not? I'm guessing once you're dead, the risks go way down. 1,000 people at the party and only 2 other people waiting at the bar. Yorgi should give up his life of crime and focus on party planning, because that's impressive. How long was she waiting on that bedpost for him to walk in? Also, these candles don't set the mood in any way. I'm either worried the mansion is going to burn down or that I've joined a vampire cult. Either way, my boner is going to retreat somewhere further down the Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid. Also, did she light all those candles herself, or is there some kind of prostitute henchman who gets stuck with the grunt work?
You're not supposed to be in here.
In the giant room where they held a party a few hours earlier? And is also, I guess, a makeshift library? Very sorry we didn't get to see the Ferris Bueller's Day Off style shenanigans with the maitre d' when they tried to book a table in that restaurant dressed like that.
Kirill is waiting up front with his rifle.
Are you telling me this guy couldn't get a clean shot through the window? I mean, move a little to the left. Jesus. The sun just happens to be in the perfect position for Xander to blind this guy with a metal tray. Tray boarding? Skate traying? Also, how in the f*** does this guy even have a good shot anymore? You'll notice they never show his perspective again, because there's no way he does have a good shot anymore. That Americans can just bust in and use a historic opera house while it's being used for dress rehearsals, for secret mission things like planning extrajudicial killings. It's exactly why we have a mixed reputation around the world. They're being very rude to that opera singer. Yelena just told Xander she's never allowed down into the underground weapons lab, but mere hours later she's being led here at the very moment Xander's gone rogue and is following her. Everything's going according to the screenwriter's plan. Why in the f*** are there lab rats down in an underground secret weapons facility? Aren't they past the lab rat stage of the illegal biological weapons production?
This is Ahab.
Should have finished the book, dude. Great, now xXx has to fight with a boner. These X-ray binoculars are way too good to be showing him an exact high-def picture of everything going on behind this wall, much less take a picture of it.
Eto для вас.
Who got sent out to buy a bow for the detonator? Or did they find a crafts closet in the mansion and think, oh, I know just what to do with this. Let's give a surprise to Yorgi. Damn, this may be the densest motherfucker I've ever seen in a movie. He sees Yorgi behind the glass with the controller, and it doesn't occur to him, oh, this must be on purpose. How the f*** did he get up here? And convenient rocky ceiling is convenient. Castle, which already has a huge gate in front of it, also had room for a drawbridge, which looks recently installed in order to expedite motorcycle ramp jumps. I have no doubt this stunt was awesome, but when you show the bare minimum of what this guy is actually jumping to and from, it loses all its coolness.
Fire in the hole.
Xander, who only came back because the love of his life, Yelena, was still here, blows up all these cars, and possibly Yelena with them.
So what are you gonna do, shoot me?
Apparently that's exactly why he's here, but despite having all the leverage, he decides to talk his way to his own death. Yelena somehow knew this guy was sitting behind this door in order to make these blind shots and ex machina this situation in short order. Also, how did she get here in time? Xander was way ahead after blowing up all those cars at the mansion, but here's Yelena, like time and space don't matter.
I heard you talking. I could tell where you were in the room. I'm an agent as well.
What? No way!
So there was never a sweeper team, was there?
If I told you not to jump off the Empire State Building.
Yeah, you're right, I'd definitely do it.
See? I inspired you.
No, you didn't actually. Xander already said he wanted to stay and help out the girl. The new information would have happened with or without the bullshit about the sweeper team or telling Xander he needed to go home.
Come home, Xander. That's an order.
He gives this order after giving the same order to inspire him in a previous scene. Either he actually means it this time, or he still thinks he needs to inspire him further. Either way, I request for this movie to stop wasting my time.
Remember what I told you after you kissed me?
Never again?
I lied.
A rare example of music ruining the moment rather than enhancing it. Wait, these guys knew to be looking for somebody skiing down the mountain? Did they teach him how to trigger an avalanche during his 2 hours in spy school? Just wanted to make sure we pointed out that Xander is out snowboarding an avalanche right now, just in case you didn't see that with your own eyes, which are f***ing lying to you. Also, starting this avalanche was perhaps necessary, but also certain death. I believe Xander is as good as the movie says he is at doing all the stunts it claims he can, but I highly doubt he's tested those skills against an avalanche. 4 cuts to show this stupid stunt. This movie wants you to be enthralled with this, but your brain definitely knows better. Avalanchigans. Please quip, please quip, please quip.
Nothing like fresh powder.
Ah, there it is, the good stuff. This movie's marketing focused too much on the action and not enough on how fan-tastic everyone's coats are. Why don't they kill him now? Who knows?
Each other. These guys attack those guys invade these guys, soon whole world implodes.
This guy enjoys way too many rich person comforts to want to see the world implode. Bullshit on your new world order, dude. It's not like you're doing this in an underground bunker like an evil Kyle Reese or some. You love going to VIP rooms and having parties and hanging out in mansions. F off. Once again, people who are totally blind ex machina a situation at the perfect time.
You have to turn the safety off.
Xander Cage, knower of everything, somehow didn't know his gun's safety was on. Probably so we could see Elena be a badass for a couple seconds.
See you, my friend.
Aw, what a great friendship this movie forgot to depict.
Heat-seeker rocket. Heat-seeker. The son of a bitch is smoking.
So, heat-seeking rockets would be attracted to something as small as a cigarette? It's almost like the manufacturers made these so that those cigarettes will kill you line could come back to haunt this dude.
I told him that cigarette would kill him one day.
Unfortunately, you reminded us of it, rather than letting us remember on our own.
Well, you got the manual.
He's got very bad handwriting.
Handwritten manual for a car that can blow shit up.
You better call in some air support. We may need to blow this thing out of the water.
What's kind of insane is that you knew everything about the Ahab, but decided against having law enforcement or military anywhere near the water just in case something like this happened.
Then this city will die, and the crisis will be contained.
Yeah, wiping out 1.5 million people in Prague seems like a thing the world will just let go.
Does this road go back to the river?
Yes, it does. 50 miles at the top of Diwali.
And I'm sure you'll be able to drive your car at the current speed without running into any traffic. Xander shoots a goddamn harpoon in a speeding car towards a speeding boat and hits it dead center because f*** your face. Did that idiot Q get this shipped in from the States? Or did he find an American flag parachute in the Czech Republic? Amazon circa 2002 was good, but not that good. I don't want to say that every missile is a phallic symbol of dominance, but these particular missiles leave me no choice. Movie steals the mixing the compound bull and the Samuel L. Jackson from Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Welcome to the Xander Zone!
Movie wastes time making us think Xander is dead. Wait a minute, that sounds like Xander living. I better go check it out.
I know you're there, Xander. I got you here on satellite magnification. Call me.
How did this f***ing thing change camera angles?
We got a whole new thing to talk about.
Psych! I'm gonna talk about it with Ice Cube instead. Also, concerning this cell phone camera, who's the wannabe cinematographer zooming in on Gibbons while he's talking? This is a secret government message, but we will practice dramatic filming techniques, by God. It's like a Tramp Stamp Hall of Fame mashup. The only thing missing is a dolphin.
The suck zone.
The slag in Saigon! Hey, Slick! I was in junior high, dickhead.
My name is Ivan.
What's your name, buddy?
My name is Ivan.
You both Ivan?
Cancel, not crazy, Ivan.
Now that business is finished, we party.
Now's the time on Sprockets when we dance.
I'm gonna give you a field promotion.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
They say most of your brain shuts down in cryosleep. All but the primitive side.
This is a robbery!
Any of you pricks move! And I'll execute every last one of you!
But I'm trying, Ringo.
Who the hell are you?
I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd.
I'm Groot.
You are who you choose to be.
Superman.